got about 100-mile range.
That is correct. Left St. George, Utah yesterday and caravanned down with Avis to Glamis. She's going to be down here all this week doing some rebel training with Nina Barlow and a bunch of other rebels. And Kara came out with Matt to, she's also participating in the training. So Matt and I are going to go spend a week or so running around probably Arizona and California and see if we can find some fun adventure. On something called the Sand Highway out here. So this is, I mean, I don't know if it's technically the dunes, but it's a route that people use to run from one end of the dunes to the other without getting into the very big dunes. And it's pretty mellow, but it's about, I think, 20 miles roughly from one end to the other, and I guess that's about how wide or long the dunes are. I don't know how what the width is, but the Glamis sand dunes out here are huge if you've never been out here. Last trip I was out here, we were out driving in them a little bit into Tacoma, but Matt and I are just using this today to not really going out and playing the dunes, but just traversing across them to get back out to the other side over here on pavement. It's kind of fun, but I'm definitely getting a little concerned about my fuel. When I yesterday, after we headed into camp to drop Avis off at camp, I stopped for fuel and I fueled up the Ram, but I did not fuel up the Jeep because I thought that I was going to be rolling back and meeting Matt and Yuma. Then we changed plans and Matt came out and we met here in Glamis. So I only had about a quarter of a tank or just above starting this traverse across the Sand Highway. And as I'm sure a lot of you know, you do not get good fuel economy in you know, driving in the sand, especially in, you know, full drive and all that. So I'm down to about 60 miles of range right now, so I'm getting a little bit nervous because I don't know where fuel is on the other side out here. So we get out here to pavement, gonna have to sort that out, try to find the closest diesel station because I'm into diesel, and we'll go from there. If push comes to shove, I do have a little bit of I don't know, 7 gallons or so in the AEV fuel container there on the rear, so I could put that in. I hope to not do that because it's really messy and you know, dealing with diesel fuel and all that other stuff. So, but that'll be the fallback plan if I absolutely have to. Alright, we made it back to pavement and gonna air up. We're gonna backtrack about 20 miles to go get fuel because, you know, I was an idiot and didn't get fuel when I should have. And I really don't want to try to take it out of the tank on the rear if I can help it because it's so messy. So we're gonna go a little bit out of our way, go get some fuel, and then we'll be back on track, making our way over into Arizona, headed towards the Arizona Peace Trail. I needed fuel badly, so glad to be here and finally get some biodiesel though. Why does California do this? I don't want biodiesel, but it's the only option, so that's what I'm getting. All right, Matt, I have gotten some water, went to the bathroom, all full on fuel. I think I finally have my life together.
All right, sounds good.
Ready to roll when you are. gravel really. Matt was saying he hoped we didn't have to air down. I'm also hoping the same, but as you can tell, it's a little rattly in here. All right, we decided to go ahead and air down. Matt looked at the map, and it's about 30 miles out to Slab City, and which is where we're headed. And airing down's pretty easy, so let's do that. It's the airing up part I dislike. This is the easy part. Airing down significantly made things better, so happy about that. And making our way over to Slab City. I've never been there before, so it'll be kind of cool and new and something out this way I haven't seen before. And Matt, same for Matt, he's never been there, so it'll be something new for both of us. Rolling into what are the outskirts of Slab City, I'm guessing, and the amount of trash is unreal. I mean, there was so much trash just left out there. I guess I don't know if the outskirts out there are used as a dump or what, but man, that's sad to see. And okay, it's getting a little more interesting here. There's a few more dwellings.
I'm gonna launch my drone and hope it doesn't get shot out of the air.
All right, let's hope Matt's drone doesn't get shot out of the air. I think the outskirts must have definitely been used as the dump, because as we've gotten further in, I mean, there's still a lot of junk, and there's a lot.
Well, I think we take a left here to get to that.
There's, you know, it's more like organized junk, if that makes any sense. You know, it's like you can tell it's kind of, people are taking better care of, you know, the stuff that they have here. And so yeah, I'm guessing what we passed through out there in the outskirts was quite literally the dump. I don't know. We have made our way out to Salvation Mountain, which I know is probably the most well-known attraction here, and pretty excited to see it. It's pretty neat looking. And I gotta say, I'm not, you know, I don't know that I could see myself out here living in this situation, but in some ways I kind of respect it, and I imagine it's a very kind of freeing lifestyle in a way. And I'm sure there are people that are probably here by choice, and there are people that are maybe not so much here by choice, but it's just cool kind of seeing how they formed a community out here like they have. So I don't know, I don't hate it. Not really for me, but it's pretty interesting. making a wrap. Chicken, pepperoni, some cheese, some mustard.
Sounds almost as good as my leftover pizza.
The leftover pizza's looking pretty good. What kind is it? What's on there?
It was their classic.
Okay.
So pepperoni, sausage, and mushrooms.
Nice. Except for the mushrooms. I don't eat mushrooms. Those are some
Oh man,
vile things, mushrooms.
you don't like fungus?
No. You can keep that all to yourself. Decided to make Salvation Mountain, sorry, not City, Salvation Mountain, a lunch stop. I was definitely getting a little famished. Had a wrap, and I'm good now. Matt ate some disgusting mushroom pizza. I don't know how people eat mushrooms. What's wrong with you guys that do that? The only thing that's good on pizza is pepperoni, pineapple, and chicken. Anyway, so...
Well, this road's so rough, I'm glad we're headed down for it.
Yeah, we're driving on some pavement right now, but it's not the best pavement in the world. We're gonna start winding our way over to Interstate 10. But we're gonna try to find as much dirt, I think, as possible between here and there. Matt has a route in mind, so we're gonna make our way that way and see what happens. Out here to our left is the Salton Sea, and it's a very high concentration of salt, more salty than the ocean is my understanding. And I remember some brief history. I saw a documentary on it, and I'm gonna get this a little bit wrong, but it was some kind of accident that it was formed. Like they rerouted the Colorado or something.
We're gonna take a ride up here.
And then decided it was the wrong thing to do. And anyways, it created this lake out here, and it doesn't drain anywhere, which is why it's so salty. And I guess it just continues to fill up with rainwater. I don't know, but it's a pretty desolate, dead area. And yeah.
Oh, great. Looks like we're dodging a checkpoint.
Yeah, we got a Border Patrol checkpoint up here. I think we're getting ready to maybe turn back onto some dirt now. Crossing the tracks. Hopefully not on the wrong side of the tracks. We just gotten onto just a gravel road here, but man, it's a pretty rough gravel road. One of the roughest gravel roads I've ever been on. It's definitely maintained, sorta. It has gravel on it, but it's a lot of washboards and not the fun kind. Turned off of the unnamed gravel road, the very bad gravel road we were on, and onto something called the Bradshaw Trail. A little bit better, still gravel.
Well, I'd say it's still not great, but it's better.
A little better, yeah. Matt agrees. Yeah, just a little bit better. Doesn't have all the side-by-side ruts in it that were on the other road, so I'll take it. road has dramatically changed. We got up here onto this
With the
ridge.
trail being called Red Canyon, I kind of thought we'd be down in a canyon.
Yeah, same. It was labeled a canyon trail, and it seems more like we're just kind of driving the ridges up here. And it's a little shelfy. I'm not the biggest fan of shelf roads in the world, but the views are awesome. The road is definitely getting a little rockier here and there in spots, but still about the same one vehicle width that we've been driving for the last several miles along the ridge. The only name I know for these are the like the side-by-side washboards, whoops, whatever we're calling them. And the ones that are on this part of the trail that we're driving are some of the weirdest. I don't know, just the way they're spaced. I don't know what makes them so weird, but man, it just causes, it's like just tossing in here. Even going slow, going like 8 miles an hour, and it's actually it's better than it has been when I'm recording right now. I should have recorded back there. It was a little bit worse, but you get the idea. It's it was pretty crazy. I don't know why I'm laughing, because it was irritating the heck out of me. Maybe because, no, here comes another set right here. We'll get a, there you go. I think it's cracked me. I'm so irritated by it, I can't do anything but laugh about it. Alright, we have finally made it back out to pavement. So, time to get aired up again. I don't take this Jeep out enough. And the number, how many years have we had it? Four now, I think. I just don't have it dialed in. Like, there's some stupid stuff about it, like the air compressor nozzle, the way that we set it up. I have to actually loosen the fridge and move the fridge over so I can get my hose in and all that. It's a big pain. There's still some things I need to kind of work out, and I'm going to be using it more. But enough of that for now. Let's air up. All aired up, getting ready to merge onto I-10 up here, and I think Matt said we had about 90 miles on I-10. Probably going to stop somewhere along the way, top off with fuel, I'm sure, and I need to get some DEF fluid. It's not a dire emergency, but I'm going to go ahead and do it while I'm thinking about it before it becomes a dire emergency. We made the roughly 100 mile drive up to Quartzsite, stopped and got some fuel, got some DEF, and I picked up some paper bowls. I needed some paper bowls, and just turned back onto dirt here, and we'll be on dirt the rest of tonight. As you can see, the sun is going down. We're definitely losing some daylight quickly, and I think Matt said the plan will be to be on dirt all day tomorrow too, so hopefully I won't have to air up again for another day or two. But we'll see. For now, I guess we'll finish getting aired down and get rolling again. think we just barely beat full sunset. You can see out there in the horizon, maybe. Still a little glimmer of sun, but maybe tomorrow we'll make camp in the light. We'll have to see. But I think for now, I'm gonna get the top popped on the old Ursa Minor and set about just hanging out and relaxing for the rest of the evening. Well, I forgot a very important part.
What?
I forgot a very important part when I put the top up on this. I gotta open the hatch. It creates too much suction.
Yeah, that's a great.
Matt and I having a little bit of a slow morning around camp. Not in any big hurry to get moving this morning. Slept in a little bit, made some breakfast, got a shave, and finally got camp packed down and rolling out now. It's about 9 a.m. so not too super early, and it is warming up quick out here today. As soon as that sun pops over the horizon, it gets warm in a hurry. But should be a good full fun day of adventure. I believe the plan is to pretty much stay on dirt all of today, so we'll see if that comes to fruition. But I'm excited to see what unfolds. old mine up there. Not sure what this is. Just some kind of structure. I'm guessing it was like I said it was a security gate. That's my guess. What do you think it was, Matt?
Yeah, I'm going ice checkpoint.
Ice checkpoint. All right.
Border Patrol, for sure.
That checks. We're both on the same page.
Yeah. I kind of want to go up there.
You want to walk up there?
Yeah.
All right. Matt and I are going to take a walk up this road here. A few more foundations and stuff back here, obviously from old buildings that were here. We're not really sure what kind of mine it was. There's a waypoint on Gaia. It's called, did you say the Holy Cross?
I think Southern Cross.
Southern Cross. Southern Cross mine, if that means anything to anybody. Not sure.
After looking at this hill, I kind of wish I was driving of it.
It's pretty steep.
Loose.
Loose, yeah. I know it never does justice on video how steep this stuff is, but you can see Matt, he's leaning in at about a I don't know what degree angle that is. It's pretty steep.
It is a good 25 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm just making up numbers.
It's something. Math.
It hurts my calves, I know that.
Told Matt we needed to get out and do some more walking today. Trying to get some more movement in today. So this is definitely meeting that criteria.
Oh my God, I'm burning.
Okay. There we go. Checking out the mine is done, so rolling on. I didn't mention it already, and I don't think I did. Matt and I are following a section of the Arizona Peace Trail. And I've done bits and pieces of it before, and I think I may have done some bits and pieces that we're doing now. But it's beautiful, it doesn't disappoint. We popped off some of the rougher stuff we were on, and we're now driving on a pretty just well-graded gravel road, doing about, I don't know, 40 miles an hour, no problem. And making our way out to, I'm sure, a little more of the rough stuff here at some point. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. I love it. This is good stuff, being out here in the desert and the sunshine, and you know, I don't hate it. It's been a cold, unusually cold winter in St. George, so getting down here into Arizona, southern Arizona, and enjoying the sunshine and some warmer temperatures, I will take it. Smooth road finally ended after I don't even know how many miles. It might have been 20 miles or more, 25, I don't even know. It was a long time. And we've now gotten ourselves down into a wash down here, which is a pretty cool looking little wash. It's getting a little more narrow and narrow as we go. I don't hate it. Gotten out of the wash and got into this pretty thick brush section. I don't know if you can hear it. Dragging all along the vehicle. It's good thing I've already scratched this vehicle all up, because I would be not too happy right now. But I've already done this. It already has a ton of scratches on it, so this is just adding to the pile that already exists. Okay, that's a little, I'm trying to avoid that guy. Quite the variety of terrain we've been experiencing here in the last 10 miles or so, coming off that really finely graded road into the wash and the little canyon, and then getting into this kind of thicker brush stuff, and now it's starting to open up again right here into a bunch of dust. And there's a donkey out there.
I'm guessing that's a wild donkey?
Yeah, I think so, or burro. I don't know the difference. I never know the difference if it's a donkey or a burro, but yeah. Are you able to see him out there? I'm not sure if the GoPro will pick it up, but yeah, I don't know. He's checking us out, we're checking him out. We have been driving for the last, I don't know, 7 to 10 miles. Was just some kind of roller coaster. It's up and down, pretty finely graded. And now we've turned and made a right turn. And we are back onto a little bit of a more like, you know, just single track, a little rougher, not as nicely groomed by any means. But still a pretty decent road. And we're going to be leaving the trail we've been following. Like I said, we've been kind of following the Peace Trail loosely. And we're going to be getting on the Center Force Adventure Run trail from last year. So we're going to run some of that. That was a lot of fun. I didn't film any of that last year in that run. Brad from Trail Recon's out there, and I'm sure you can go check out his video for that if you'd like. But Matt and I are going to go head out that way as well and run a little bit of it. We won't run all 3 days of it, but we'll run some of it. But we got to get there first. Here, you want some pets too? All right, Matt and I decided to stop along this in this wash here and grab some lunch, and that was a good idea because I'm definitely getting a little famished. I think it's gonna have another wrap today, just like yesterday. What are you gonna eat, Matt? I see some guac.
Some chicken salad and some guacamole.
Chicken salad and guacamole for Matt. Wrap for me. All right, lunch break is over and we're rolling again. Right, we encountered our first gate of the trip. We turned off of the trail we were on, and we have now put ourselves onto the Center Force Adventure Run course from last year, from 2024, and we're following that now. At the moment, we are on a graded road that I'm easily doing 40 miles an hour and two-wheel drive on. But somewhere up here we should connect back up with hopefully a little more single track, double track, deep trail, whatever we're calling that. And for the moment, I'm just trying to stay out of Matt's dust in front of me because there's a lot of it. We have a slight change of plans. How do I want to explain this in a way that makes any sense? So last year on the Center Force Adventure Run, we got into some brush and stuff on day one, like some thick trees, and I mean it took so much longer than anybody expected it to. And then there was vehicle breakdowns. And long story short, Trent ended up modifying the day and just trying to get us to camp as quick as we could towards the end of the day. What I'm just now realizing is the GPS tracks that we have came from Brad, from Trail Recon, and Brad had recorded what we actually did. So rather than what the actual course was intended to be. So after Matt and I had some discussion and talking about, you know, where we were headed, I figured that out based on last year. So we're gonna jump back off of this because we don't want to be. I mean, it's only 1:30, so I'm not really ready to jet to camp as fast as we can. So we are going to jump back on to another stretch of the Arizona Peach Trail that we're gonna be able to get on up here, and take that for a while, and then we'll eventually make our way up to the.
Yeah, I just looked on the map, and this is Alamo Road, and it goes a very long way.
Yeah, so that map just is confirming that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump back on Arizona Peach Trail and then eventually connect back up and make our way up to the mine that the Center Force Run camped on night one. Hopefully. Just made the turn onto something called Brutal Run to Wickup. Onyx has it rated at a 7 out of 10. It says there's a lot of narrow spots, expect body damage and lots of tire popping. I am hoping that is not true. I'm always good, down for a good trail, but I definitely don't like body damage. Although the one thing that's making me a little bit question it is Brett was actually the mapper on this, and I know that Brett at times, just to try to help keep people out of trouble, may, he's thinking about someone potentially in a Subaru or something like that. So it may be a 7 out of 10 if you're in a Subaru. Maybe it's more like a 4 or 5 out of a 10, and if you're in a Jeep. So I guess we're gonna find out, though. We'll find out how good of a job Brett did rating this one. And did I mention it was 30 miles out on this thing we're supposed to be doing for this little leg? All right, second gate of the trip. Gate number 3, and if I didn't mention it already, the way these gates work on BLM land is if you come across a gate and it's open, you should leave it open. If you come across a gate and it's closed, you can go through it, and you need to close it behind you. Out to some of the shelf road. It said there was shelf road on this. It said narrow shelf road. I don't know how much more narrow it's going to get, but this is what I would consider to be more moderate. But hey, that's good by me because I don't really like shelf roads. So the more moderate, the more better. I was just commenting to Matt, we're kind of coming down into this, I don't know, valley, whatever we're going to call it down here, in between these mountains, and I don't know what it is. They look just huge all around us. It's crazy. Definitely, I hear my brother sometimes, he always says he likes to get out and off-road and get in to do this stuff because it makes him feel small, and I don't usually have that. But I will say, wherever we're at right now, maybe I get a little bit of what he's saying. This definitely makes me feel not that big compared to these massive Arizona mountains that are all around us. So I think we've reached the highest point on the trail, so says Matt. Just shy of 6,000 feet. And man, those views do not suck, right? Look at that. I mean, you can see for 100 miles at least. That's not scientific. I don't know that to be true, but it sure feels like it. The road coming up here, there's a lot of this. I mean, we've been driving shelf roads, Matt, for probably what, hour and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were rocky.
I mean, and not like Black Bear Pass shelf roads.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like just moderate shelf roads. Like, I don't like shelf roads, and I didn't find them that scary. So, but I think just in the interest of time, we weren't really filming as much. So just understand, we were driving a shelf road, and you know, had baby size rocks on it, baby head size softballs and stuff. Yeah, moderately rocky. I definitely wouldn't come up here in a crossover or something.
I wouldn't come up here to full size rig either.
Yeah, I would not come in a full size either. I think those shelf roads would feel a little more scary in a full size rig versus the Jeep. But man, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful view. There's a campsite right here. I don't know.
Yeah, we're camping somewhere.
Out that way?
Down in there somewhere.
Yeah. Alright, I think that's gate number 4 for the day. I think that gate marked that we are finally down off of that shelf road. We did not do very much filming coming down the other side, and I think every bit of difficulty rating that trail has, I still wouldn't call it a 7, but it probably comes from that side of the pass. That was, it wasn't super technical, but it was a lot more shelfy, and it was very off camber in some spots. There was a time or two where the road was not much wider than the Jeep, and I saw the inclometer, is that what we're calling the gauge? You know, I was about a 25-degree tilt, and while I know that's well within the safe range of this vehicle, when you are tilting towards the edge of a very, you know, long drop off a shelf road, it's not very fun. I'm not too unhappy about being down from that.
Let's do a tripod shot with these cactus.
All right, we're gonna set up a tripod shot. Let's go set up a tripod shot. gate number 5 for the day, and it's a tricky one. Not a nice metal gate like the ones we've been having. This is a very I don't know what we call this, shoddy barbed wire gate. We have arrived at the mine and arrived at camp. There's the old mine right there. I can't remember what they mined here. And got some awesome views right there. Somewhere over here, there's some kind of goldfish pond. I want to go see that tomorrow probably. And yeah, this is not going to suck. It'll be a nice camp here tonight. Matt and I are going to have to talk about fuel because I know he's getting pretty low, and I am too. Well, I have spare fuel. I just don't want to mess with it if I don't have to. And I think it's like 35, 40 miles to Kingman from here. So we'll see. I unfortunately discovered when I got in here to start thinking about making some dinner that my refrigerator came unplugged at one point during the day. One of those 12-volt things that plugs into a cigarette lighter. So the internal temperature when I turned the fridge back on said it was 61. So I'm not going to take any chances with that. I sure would hate to get food poisoning out here. So I have cheese, which is probably still okay in there. I do have wrappers, which are probably still okay. I have almond milk, which I'm going to say is okay. But the sausage, the chicken lunch meat, I had egg bites, and I don't know, some other, I think maybe that's it. So I'm not going to eat any of that stuff. For dinner, I'm going to have protein sludge, which is the same thing I had last night. Matt found it kind of disgusting. I was actually planning on having that for dinner anyways, but I was just disappointed to see I now don't have lunch for tomorrow.
I'm having a steak. You can have your protein.
Matt's having a steak. I'm having protein sludge, he's having a steak. So tomorrow when we get into Kingman, I'll have to restock for sure.
You got it in there?
Got it in there with the Cheerios and the protein sludge. Mm-hmm.
All right, I didn't, hang on. You fix that. Good. I didn't get this on camera last night. We just talked about it. Cheerios and protein sludge.
Yeah, so this is
Disgusting.
paleo protein.
Diarrhea.
Which is beef protein, but it's chocolate flavored. And then I've got some collagen protein in there, and then I mixed some Cheerios in it. It's great.
I'm having beef protein tonight too. It's called a steak.
Not chocolate beef protein.